Abu 7. We have a grid emergency being declared in California. And we have talk of these rolling blackouts going into effect. A lot of this connected to this massive heat dome or heat wave in the area. Other people complaining about these super high temperatures as they're saying they are shattering records. Right now, as I speak, they're saying this historic heat bearing down on California is going to push the state's electricity system to its limit, saying millions of homes and businesses are cranking their air conditioners to the max, and that this is, in turn, causing a high demand on energy. They're asking people to refrain from using certain things, to cut back on using appliances. They're also asking people to stop charging their electric vehicles at their home because this is taking a huge chunk of energy off their grid. It's kind of ironic coming from a state that's trying to make everyone transition to electric vehicles, and they're having these kinds of emergency issues in terms of the grid. So,
Shalom. First off, I want to start off by saying all praises, honor, and glory is due to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. It's all praises to the world cause God. His true name in Hebrew is Yahweh. Thank you. Ba'ashem being the name, Yahushai being the name of the only begotten Son. I also want to say double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone and peace and mercy to those who like preaching His word of truth and sincerity. I'm the brother Tassabah in a Great Millstone, Arizona, Camp Lowell with another video to edify. And as you can see it, I mean, this is actually expected to get worse. They're saying that before some of these tropical storms start hitting off, that California, Arizona, and everything are going to have extremely high record-breaking heat. Right? They're talking about 118 is going to be the average. Right? And that is going to be stiff, man. And especially here in Arizona, there's a different heat, man. There's no moisture. Right? It just barrels down, man. It really makes everything feel like an oven. Right? It really makes everything feel like an oven, because even here with insulation, they don't try to make sure your house can breathe. They try to make sure it's airtight so that whatever cool you have can keep in it, and whatever heat you have can keep in it as well. So it's about to be real. But ultimately, the Lord is starting to smite Egypt with plagues as before, right? Over there in Europe, they're cutting off, Russia's cutting off the Nord Stream pipeline to Europe, which is causing energy bills to spike up. And the people are sitting there looking at possibly having fucking $4,000 and $5,000 energy bills in the winter and not having enough power, which is going to cause a lot of people to die by the cold. Right? Even before that, they were having a firewood shortage. So, this winter, the end of this summer, is going to be something special. Right? And it's only deserving, man. It's only deserving. People are proud, lifted up. They don't care about what the Lord says. They don't care about a man that does what the Lord commands, says. They just walk on in their own pride and ignorance and act like they're right. But this is the time now where that stuff starts getting repaid. Because what is your houses? What are your cars? Those electric cars you people are getting, and you think you're doing something big. What do those electric cars profit you when there's no power to sit here and charge it? Right? Over here in the States, if they're gonna have a power issue in Europe, right? We've already seen that they've all been talking about grid issues in the United States. Right? So this is 2nd Ezra 15 and 11. I ain't gonna make this long. It says, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and I will destroy the land thereof. Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with a plague, and punishment that the Most High shall bring upon it. And what was one of the plagues of Egypt? What was one of the plagues of Egypt? It's Exodus 10. And in 21 it says, and Yahweh said unto Moses, stretch out thine hand toward heaven, that there may be darkness over the land of Egypt, even darkness which may be felt. So, right, with these power grids going out, it's going to be majority of the West. Right, here it is. They don't have enough water going into Lake Mead, which powers a lot of Arizona. Right, they're already talking about evacuating Nevada and Las Vegas and Arizona. Right, because those power outages, people aren't even worried about the lack of water that's here. They're still doing everything. They're not even putting a hindrance on people or the city when they what do you call it? Water the grass of these big parks in Arizona. There's a lot of huge parks. There's a lot of huge parks in Arizona, and they're still watering the grass like nothing's wrong. Right? They're not even sitting here doing these things where they're going and make sure they put a cap on the meter so these people can't water the grass. It's about to get real. There's not going to be any power. There's not going to be any water, right? Food's not going to be coming in because what? You can't store food. It's about to be all chaos. It says, verse 21 again, it says, and Yahweh said unto Moses, stretch out thy hand toward heaven, that there may be darkness over the land of Egypt, even darkness that may be felt. So when the Lord cuts the lights out on this place, when the Lord cuts the lights out, that's it. That darkness is going to be felt, man. And the water Yahweh Shai, for brothers that only lived in cities and everything like that, where it's well lit. Hey, I took a little trip out not too long ago, up north here in Arizona, and there wasn't no lights out there, man. When that light went out, you felt that shit on you, man. You felt like something was watching you as soon as the light went out. And that's going to be felt again. That pitch blackness, right? But you're going to have to worry about niggas running in your shit. Because there's nothing that heats up people more than being hot, sweaty, and musty. It says, and Moses stretched out his hand toward heaven, and there was a thick darkness in all the land of Egypt 3 days. They saw not one another, neither rose any from his place for 3 days, but all the children of Israel had light in their dwelling. So the brothers that are doing this thing in truth and sincerity, the elect of Israel the Most High, hey, the Lord can the Lord can possibly sit here and make your situation out good, right? He can make it out to where your situation's all right. Right? But even in that, you got to be wise. And I'm going to say this too, because the scriptures tell you, though, Moses, Daniel, and Job were in that land, they should deliver but themselves by their own righteousness. You women that are with men that are doing this work, your trip to salvation is not fucking guaranteed, man. Like, really, what are your works compared to the man that you with? Hey, it's about to be a hard time, man. It's about to be a hard time. This is 2 Ezra 16 and 18. It says 17. It says 2 Ezra 16 to 17. Woe is me, who will deliver me in those days, the beginning of sorrows and great mournings. Right? This is the beginning of sorrows when the lights go out and in the middle of one of the worst heat waves that they're trying to say that is about to be. Right? And your AC ain't kicking on. Imagine waking up, trying to just find a way to go to sleep, and waking up to your partner or whoever's by you dead in the bed, children dead in the bed from heat stroke. A lot of people are going to die in their sleep. A lot of people are going to die in their sleep. They're going to close their eyes, and the Lord's just going to blow out their candles. It says the beginning of famine and great death, and then these amazing heat waves have been happening are drying out crops, wilting them, causing them to damn near steam in the sun till they just die. So that's famine and great death right there. It says the beginning of wars, and they've been talking about that. The power shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? Right? These are the times of the beginning of evils. The Lord is doing his work. This is Amos 5, and I'm going to end it on this one. Amos 5 and 19, because this is just the beginning of evils, but it's going to be evil on top of evil. Amos 5 and 18 says, woe unto you that desire the day of Yahweh. To what end is it for you? The day of Yahweh is darkness and not light, as if a man did flee from a lion and a bear met him, or went into the house and leaned his hand on the wall and a serpent bit him. It's going to be from one trouble to the next. When these lights shut off, that's it. Right? Your way of living is going to change abruptly. They might do rolling blackouts, but within those rolling blackouts, they did studies on that to see how people react in those times. Now, I'm talking about the heat, but Europe is going to experience that severe, extreme cold, man. Hey, America is too, right? To the point where when your feet get so damn cold and numb that it feels like needles. The sensation of needles is going into your skin, a quarter of an inch. Till at some point it just stops, and if you try to walk, every step is like you're stepping, and your feet are made out of concrete to the point where you don't even feel it anymore. People are gonna have to deal with this reality. It's gonna be tough. It says, as if a man did flee from a lion and a bear met him, or went into the house and leaned his hand on the wall and a serpent bit him, shall not the day of Yahweh be darkness and not light? It says even very dark and no brightness in it. Right? So the Lord is going to push out these judgments on people, man. This is just the beginning, man. Lord willing, man, this whole shit gets shut down. Tired of dealing with this place. Just a quick lesson. Lord willing, is edifying. Shalom.